Minimalism that works. What I've learned and what I have completely ignored. Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I am financial planner Canna Campbell. And as you guys know, a while ago I shared my journey around minimalism. You see, minimalism helped me get out of a really tough, challenging time in my life where I was a shell of a human being and I just was looking for something to help me, to help give me light and to help pull me out of a really dark, challenging mental health time in my life. And it definitely worked and it really transformed my life. And it has not only allowed me to rebuild myself physically, emotionally, even financially, it's actually allowed me to rebuild this time with intention. So for today's video, I want to share with you where I'm up to with minimalism in my life and how I use minimalism in my life with children, with fashion, and how I've used minimalism to save valuable time and money. So let's get started. Firstly, I want to talk about the myths around minimalism that I have completely ignored, press delete, and add no value to my journey and my love and passion of minimalism. So the first one is that you can only own a certain number of items. For example, having 30 items in your wardrobe. The thing about minimalism, it is a very personal, unique journey. Everyone's story and way that they live their life is very, very different. I'm definitely not going to be held back or categorized or put into a box by a certain number, a definition. So for me, that just simply doesn't work. I have only what I love, value, use, and appreciate. I don't need to apply any rules, boundaries, or numbers. The second myth that I have completely ignored, and in fact, minimalism has actually helped me with this, and that is that minimalists don't care about fashion. Minimalism actually increased my love and appreciation of fashion because it allowed me to get rid of all the noise, the toxic waste, trends that just don't suit me and things that just come and go, and actually find what I really love, which is classic, timeless, well-made fashion. So if you think that you want to be a minimalist but you have to give up your love of fashion, press delete with me. The third myth that I again have completely ignored, however I will admit at times I probably fell victim to this, and that is if you want to be a minimalist or incorporate minimalism in your life, your home needs to be white or beige and can be completely bare and void of any personality or any items. So I admit, I like a minimalist home. I like clean surfaces, I don't like clutter, and I like white, beige, cream walls. I mean, look at my bedroom. And I will also admit that it does actually help my mental health because it reduces the distractions in my life. However, at the end of the day, I have a home. I want a home that is like a big heart. I want people to come in, see the personality, see the character, and see all the beautiful people that live in my home and what helps create a house, a home. So just because you're a minimalist doesn't mean you have to live with a home that's like a cardboard box with nothing there. Just make sure what you do put up on the walls or what you do have on your sofa or on your bed is something that reflects who you are and what you value and what makes you feel good inside as well as obviously outside. All right, moving on now to how I do minimalism as a mum. So I have 3 children, an 11-year-old, a 5-year-old, and a 3-year-old. They love things. They love stuff. They love Kmart. They love toys. And there are a lot of toys in my home. However, I have tried to uphold some healthy, respectful rules and boundaries around toys. So I really focus on toys that are well made. As tempting as it is to buy a cheap toy, I try and remind myself and my children that that toy needs to last. It needs to last a long period of time and I need to know that they're going to play with it for a long time. The second rule or philosophy that I try and incorporate with my children around minimalism is to focus more on experiences, building memories. So instead of buying a $20 teddy bear, why don't we spend that $20 on a trip to a special park, going and seeing a movie together, going and having a special snack together. That's where I would prefer to spend money, and I really try and remind my children of investing in those things that last a lifetime rather than just gadgets and gizmos that, let's be honest, quite often break really quickly or our kids outgrow them. Then how do I incorporate fashion with minimalism? As I said, minimalism has allowed me to really connect on a deep level my love of fashion, but also my respect of fashion. So when it comes to me buying items, I'm really aware as to how long it's taken me to earn that money before I go and spend it. And I really invest time making sure that if I do buy something, it is really well made. It is not something that I've gotten caught up in the trends. It's something that's going to work for my lifestyle and last a really long time. So for a classic example is this top that I'm wearing right now. So this is an organic cotton top, so I really value something that's organic. It is a light pink, so it matches my color palette of my wardrobe, which is typically the basics like the whites, the creams, the beiges, the grays, the navy blues. It's also really well made. This is a particular brand that I know makes amazing quality items. And of course I picked it up on sale, but I didn't just jump in and buy it straight away. I took my time thinking about it before I went and purchased it so that I'd have no regrets at all. Of course, before I bought anything, I went through my wardrobe and checked what basics I already owned, making sure that I didn't go and buy something like this and actually already have something very similar in my wardrobe. Because it is very easy to think, oh, I need something, but we forget we actually already own that. So for me, minimalism has actually made me really careful with my fashion, far more intentional, and actually take a lot more care, pride, and respect in the way that I show up and dress. And that's not from a materialistic point of view, because when I get ready in the morning, I get ready once, and I don't want to worry about my physical appearance for the rest of the day. Which brings me to my last topic, how I have incorporated minimalism in my life to save time and money. So as I just shared with you, when I get dressed in the morning, I get dressed with intention. I do it the right way the first time so that I don't need to worry for the rest of the day, which obviously saves me a lot of time and energy. When it comes to money, I'm happy and comfortable spending a little bit more if it means I get a much better quality product. That means I'm not having to waste money by constantly having to replace items that have broken or look tired or tatty. Also, by having less in my home, it's taken away that decision fatigue. By not having multiple different options, I don't stand in my wardrobe wondering about what I'm going to wear beyond a certain point. Of course, I might think about what outfits and pieces I'm going to put together, but because so many of my items work well, I know that whatever I grab in a hurry will most likely work and look and feel really nice. And then finally, minimalism has actually inspired me to take greater care of my items. Because I'm buying with intention, I'm taking my time, I'm buying carefully, I'm careful not to buy duplicates. I take so much more care in making sure that those items last, like washing things correctly, making sure that items are folded, they're put away correctly, they're not squashed together where they might get damaged or scratched. By having less, I actually value and appreciate everything that I choose to intentionally keep in my life. Now, I'd actually love to hear from you. What topics do you want to hear about in more detail around minimalism? Would you like me to do a deep dive of fashion? Would you like me to do a deep dive of money and finances? Or would you like a deep dive around motherhood and running a hectic schedule as a working mum with 3 children? Let me know what video you want next around minimalism. And I'd love to hear from you. What area are you focusing on in your life around minimalism? What are you releasing? What are you letting go of? What are you even perhaps decluttering? Let me know, and you may just inspire me to make another vlog as I declutter and simplify and minimize my life. All right, everyone, thank you so much for watching. This is Sugar Mama TV. I'll see you next Thursday. Ciao for now.